Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I went to two Comic Cons and a 2 weeks time span. I went to Daytona Comic Con a couple weeks back, and then over the weekend I went to Ocala Comic Con on a Saturday. I went to the Daytona one on a Sunday. But yeah, I picked up some pretty good stuff. I spent way too much money, but I had an awesome time just going around looking for comics and uh, meeting the artists and stuff like that. So I do have a pretty cool haul to show off. This is not part of the haul. This is actually just a print that I've had that I finally got around to framing. Which I thought was pretty cool. Signed by Todd McFarlane. Shows all the Spawn characters, basically every character, I guess, either in the background or the forefront. But yeah, so I went to Daytona Comic Con, which is in DeLand, Florida, about an hour away from where I'm at, maybe a little bit more. But they had some comic books, man, like a ton of comic books, and there was some deals to be had. I wish I had went Saturday, but I was really freaking tired from the work week, so I just like slept in all day. But Sunday I wanted to go down there and check it out. Great forum. I forget where it was. Somewhere in DeLand, some like, I guess, basketball stadium in DeLand, I guess. But a lot of vendors, a lot of comic book vendors. Like if you're looking for comics, this is the place to go. And there are some deals to be had, bins to be dug. But when I got there, I was kind of just, kind of overwhelmed, because I'm like, dang, I haven't seen this many comics in my whole entire life, to be honest with you, in one spot. So I was like, where the hell do I start? But I stopped by one vendor. I was looking at their wall books and stuff like that. And I saw this piece right here. This Crow #1, Death and Rebirth. But it is remarked by James O'Barr, which is pretty freaking sick, actually. The guy was asking only $150 for it, and I threw out $100 offer, and he took it. So that works for me. And what I did notice is that CBCS does like the art notation for their like remarks and whatnot, and sketches. So I thought that was cool. I'm like, yeah, if I'm gonna send it in, I'm not gonna get it graded. Just have it say art. And I didn't know you were allowed to do that, so I thought that was cool. So anytime I'm gonna send in stuff like that, I'm just gonna have the art notation, because it's dumb. It's like you send it in a sick sketch like this by James O'Barr, and it'll be like a 9.2, or So it's like send it in for what it is. It's art, and it says real love is forever. I'm not the craziest Crow fan, but I do appreciate what it was, and I like the movie, the 1990s movie, The Crow, and I just love the moodiness and everything about that story and the background to it, about what O'Barr, what he did to, like, what he went through to write it, and he took that into The Crow, which is, I think, is bigger than any kind of like movie or anything like upcoming movie or anything like that. I appreciate that and what he did. as far as creating like a beautiful story. But yeah, I'm just glad to have this piece. But also was, let's see, I was looking around. I went to a couple vendors, which I went to, this guy had, he had a bunch of signed stuff by Neil Adams. Now this isn't signed on, it's signed on the inside, but he was asking half off on all this signed stuff. So I was like, okay. So I got that one. This awesome Neil Adams cover is one of my favorite Neil Adams covers. Very underrated, but they're just tough to find because they're like kind of coveted, or at least this one is. Like a high grade copy of this is pretty expensive by itself, and this one's actually signed on the inside on the splash page. So I thought that was really cool. And I got this one signed by Bernie Wrightson, one of my favorite Swamp Thing covers, and to have it signed by him is amazing. And I got this one. This is a controversial banned cover now, or at least Disney did ban it, or from, I guess, future printings or whatever. But kind of racist stereotype stuff going on there. But all three of those comics, they're all signed. I paid like $100 or something because it was all half off. So not too shabby. And I went to another vendor and found this comic for $3 in a bin. And it's beat up, like the wraps are kind of loose, and there's three wraps on the inside that are detached from the staples. But it's the first appearance of Heatwave. I'm like, man, this was in a $3 bin. Man, I wish I had more time to go through some of those bins, because there was some good stuff in there. But also, let's see, I went to another area. I found this Amazing Heroes Todd McFarlane cover, preview special. Great cover. It just has Spider-Man, Cap, Human Torch, Wolverine, McFarlane cover. I bundled it up with a bunch of these other books. And then I found this manga Spider-Man. And then I found this one, this Torchy #1, which I didn't realize how expensive, or how much money that people were asking for like high grade copies of this. But I paid, I bundled up those three books and paid, I think, $40. So I had like $5 off. There was like some deals to be had if you were asking for it. But I know this book probably is a $40 comic right there, because it's not like beat up or anything. But I love the art on this cover. The artist like slips my, I was just looking her up. It is a female artist that did these covers of the Innovation Torchy covers. And it opened up like a whole like wormhole, or like can of worms of like, I was looking at, man, these Innovation covers, these are these like 80s, 90s, kind of like, not, I guess, not underground, but like not really notable comics that people just like brush off. Some of the art on that stuff is just great. But yeah, pick those up. Yeah, and then I went to another vendor and found some pretty good stuff. I found a Terminator newsstand. I'd say it's not, I don't think it's a 9/8 because it has like some thumb creases on the spine. Maybe it could be pressed out, but I found that. And then I found this bad boy. Like, this is the last issue of the Child's Play of this innovation thing. I don't know. I think this is a pretty tough book to find in high grade because it is just all black and and I think this is one of the better Chucky covers of all the Chucky comics, because a lot of them, they don't really look that great to me, my opinion. But it's almost kind of like a Wolverine 340 homage, like to stretch a little bit. With like the reflection going on, but he's reflecting himself, which is kind of funny. But great cover, like pretty minty. But then I found this one with like that in the short box with that, and this sick Wolverine cover. I've actually wanted this for a while, but I'm not gonna pay $40-50 for it for a raw copy. But this was in the bin. I think I paid, so it was 20, 30. I think he knocked off another, so I only paid 30 for, they knocked off 5 when I bought all 3. So, I paid $10 a piece for those, which is not bad. I mean, they're all pretty decently high grade and, pretty sought after covers. And then I think this was the last purchase of the Daytona Comic-Con. Phantom Stranger. What number is that? Number 10? Oh, yeah. Great Neil Adams cover. He was asking, I think, 20 for it, and I ended up paying 15. It's like a VG fine. He was trying to say it was like high grade, and I'm like, it's got pen on it, like right here. It's got the 15 pen, and yeah, it's not the highest grade, but it is a fine. I would say it's a VG fine. I would not say it is any more than that. Maybe a 6.0, but great cover. I think it has. I bought this. I found this in the dollar bin at another at a shop like a week before this. So I paid like $3 for that, and then I paid $15 for this. But it is a key and a Neil Adams cover. But it's good to have those, get those in the collection. Bronze Age horror, I guess. But Bronze Age Neil Adams horror. So that was Daytona Comic-Con. I'm definitely going to go back next time they set it up, because there is a lot of comics and a lot of deals to be had, especially with the market kind of down. But I do still love that Crow piece. And people, that's the thing, I was like carrying it around to other vendors, and other vendors were like wanting to trade for it because they thought it was a nice piece. So I was like, damn, what do I have? But I was actually trying to look up that, because I just thought it was like the IDW, the cover A or something. But then I go to look at it, it was like a exclusive, and it's tough to find that exclusive. Like, people are asking for like $200 for that exclusive online, and mine's sketched. So just a cool piece to have. But let's see. Okay, and then over the weekend I went to Ocala Comic-Con, which did not have a lot of comic book vendors, but what they did have is a lot of artists. Like, I wish I had more money to spend on some of those artists, But let's see. Oh yeah. First off, I knew that Arthur Sudan was there, and so I got this signed by him. I don't know. When I went to him, he was basically, you got to buy a print to get anything signed or whatever. So I'm like, okay. But I ended up buying, can't really see it, but I got this print, pretty sick, and he signed it. It kind of reminds me of Red Dead Redemption a little bit. I mean, it's a Clint Eastwood homage. But got that signed, and then I had this remarked by him, a little zombie Wolverine sketch. Thought that was really, really cool. I think I paid $110 with him, with the sketch and the print and the signatures. And then I went to Artist Alley, or another part of Artist Alley. Like, Arthur Sudan was like, he was on like another side of the building. But I got this done by Larry Watts. Pretty cool Batman cover. I thought it was pretty sick. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get Batman covers done, but Larry Watts, he did some, he's not too big. He's done some work on like Army of the Darkness, which he had like original art that I'm like regretting not picking up a couple pieces, because it would have been like $40-50 a page. And I'm like, damn. I was thinking about it hard too. But I got that done by him. And I got this one. This one's pretty cool. This is by one of the colorists, actually, or he's mainly a colorist, by Maury Hollowell. I think that's his name. But cool guy. Larry Watts was a cool guy too. We talked a bunch of other stuff. We were just talking. But this one is a sick Spider-Man head sketch. I love the colors on this. I actually kind of like this better than the Batman that Larry did, but that's neither here nor there. But got that done. And then Glenn Fabry was there at the show too, and he did this Batman sketch, which is freaking amazing. He did that painted cover with Vengeance of Bane. I should have prepared more for this event. I would have brought my Vengeance of Bane to get signed by him. But I didn't really. I was hurrying up trying to get ready for the show anyway. So I was just grabbing some sketch covers and all that. But he's a super cool guy too. It was kind of getting hard to hear because he was kind of speaking too quiet, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So I'm like, it was kind of hard to hear. But I think him and Simon Beasley were there for some CG. I think they're going down to Sarasota for the CGC signing. I think that's why they're in town. But I'm glad to have that sketch done by him. Great Batman cover, man. He's a detailed artist. He does some really detailed stuff. But the best part of the show, in my opinion, was something I didn't even really pay for. Todd Langen, the writer of the first Turtle movies, was there, and he was giving out free autographs. So I was like scrambling around to find something like turtle related. So I ended up buying this comic book and getting it signed by him. It says Dana Bunga, Todd Langen. I paid like $10 for the comic, but I was just like, let me get something signed by him. But I also got this really freaking cool print of the Turtles. I bought this at like an artist, like some special, she did like a special print of this, which I thought it was really, really cool. And Todd Langdon, he's a freaking awesome guy, man. Like, he was so cool. It was like the end of the night. It was like 6 o'clock. They're shutting down. There's still people in line. And he made sure he talked to everybody. Like, he took his time. I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit better. Whatever. But it says Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds. He signed it. Awesome, freaking cool art or piece by the artist that I actually met. I met her in line. She was getting a bunch of hers, gonna get hers signed. But great, just a great overall event. Todd talked, it must have been 30 minutes. He took the time to talk to everybody, and then we talked pretty extensively at the end of the night. I got a picture taken with him, but I mean, he wrote 1 and 2 of the Turtles, and those are like one of my favorite movies. Especially, I was like, the farm scenes and the Splinter scenes were like my favorite scenes in those movies. And he was going in about like how that, like, he had to bring some character into the movie, and I was just, he's just a great guy. And like I said, the best thing about the show was something I didn't even like pay for. I didn't pay for any of these signatures, so I just thought that was really cool. Cool to meet him. It's one of those things I'll remember, you know, for a very long time. But yeah, that's my 2 Comic-Con experience video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna, yeah, look at that. That is sick. Yeah, the artist who designed the print did a really, really good job. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.